according to common interpretation of Hume's argument, against miracles violate inviolable natural laws and hence are impossible. That's according to Hume. Most scholars today note that if this is Hume's argument, it is a circular argument by fiat of definition, and therefore it proves nothing, right? So even if you did have a miracle, it would be sectioned off and quartered off and a wall built around it and guards put up with turrets, and you could never look at it. But is it not still there, even if you aren't allowing it? It seems like we have a bad idea that we keep perpetuating here, and it almost seems to be for a purpose other than to take into account the evidences presented. Well, other questions aside, if a deity genuinely generated the pattern of nature, no logical necessity preconcludes that deity from acting at will on nature at a more complex level, just as a lesser intelligent agent within nature can do. And for computer programmers, they set their language and they hit the enter key and the program runs through and they go, oh, but I want to make it do something more. I want to change it. And so they log back in and they decompile it and they put in new code and they recompile it and it hopefully works again. We know that can't happen because there's no computer programmer. No one can enter into it. It's logically impossible for a computer programmer to go back into the thing it created and add more information if it so chose. No, why would that be the case? Why could not the outside agent of us humans do it? And then if that's us, why couldn't a being such as God do it? So it's just, again, from the deist perspective, that seems to be where Hume is getting a lot of his ideas from, is they don't want a God to enter into creation. They want the blind watchmaker to wind it up and set it going until some time in the future. And then that's how you deal with that. So.
And this, what you just pointed out there, is really the key issue, right, with regard to miracles. If God exists, then we can't dismiss miracles. Right? If a God such as the Christian God exists, then miracles can't be dismissed, right? If he created nature, he can act on nature. That's just the way things work.
Right.
That's the point here that Keener is trying to make. He goes on to say that Hume also argued, apparently based on his first argument against miracles, that eyewitness testimony can never be sufficiently persuasive to overcome the uniform experience against miracles. And he says, if this argument against testimony is understood as it usually is, it likewise constitutes a circular argument, since whether human experience is uniform against miracles is precisely the question that we're asking, right? And that is begging the question kind of argument.